team. You can never threats from beyond the arc.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Herter make up the back. Tobias Harris is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Collins in at the 5. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Bledsoe is out there with the great one, and it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. And in this one, two prolific offenses, Brent, going head-to-head. What was the best offensive team you ever played for?
Well, the fun I had, Kevin, and enjoyed the most was in Seattle for the Supersonics. Now we're going to have to explain to some of the kids who that is. I think the most efficient and the most programmed offense certainly was in San Antonio for Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs, having the anchor Tim Duncan down on the block.
The Seattle Supersonics has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Out to Harris. Fires from deep. Another 3 for Atlanta.
This speaks to how confident Tobias Harris is in his offensive game, ready to shoot as soon as that ball reaches him.
Passes it to Middleton. Bledsoe against Young. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Giannis passes to the great. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Collins.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Bucks shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And even with the shift from Budenholzer to Pierce, the Hawks continue to rely on the 3 as much as any team.
No doubt about it. I think the front office still accentuating the fact that they want to find some floor spacers after that 19th pick in John Collins, a guy that can rim run and protect the middle. They wanted to go after as much shooting as they possibly could.
Bledsoe right side, feeds it to Drummond. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. The great one passes to Middleton. Second chance shot. And it's Giannis missing. For Atlanta, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Pass to Collins. Young left side. Got a hand on it, and the whistle blew, so that'll be a shooting foul. Great defensive effort there with the blocked shot, but he got more than just the ball that time. Free throws coming up right now. It's his first trip to the line.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips. Just solid, really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
To the middle, stolen by Collins. Harris looking it over. Bobbed up there for Collins. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
That connection with Collins, that's an impressive play and very, very high percentage.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
John Collins, an amazing young talent in this league, one of the best run and jump athletes that we have at that position. So fluid out there, gets out in transition, and that's where this Hawks team can really show its young talent.
Bucks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Lloyd Pierce. David.
Well, Kevin, they've certainly had their struggles against this team. They've yet to win a game in 3 tries this year. I asked him what makes it such a difficult matchup, and he said the offensive execution by those guys is really underrated. We've been kind of stumped so far as to how to get stops. Kevin, they're obviously motivated to get their first win tonight and avoid the season sweep. Back to you.
Good stuff, David. They're going to go up against some great shooters, no doubt about it.
I like that they've zeroed in on a specific problem they want to solve. Curious to see their game plan early on.
Well, lots of energy and lots of effort and lots of great reads. That's how you stay connected to the shooters.
And it's that quick second and third jump capability for Collins, Brent, that really stands out.
Makes you really tough to box out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where John Collins sets up shop down in the paint, quick and athletic, able to corral the miss.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. A three-pointer, no good.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost him. Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Young passes to Collins. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Middleton. The feed to Young. 6 to shoot. That shot off the mark. Bledsoe with the defensive effort. Bucks trail by 9. Covington with the steal. Young with no one around. Atlanta again missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The great one passes to Middleton. Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Young outside. In the corner. Herter with it. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
And going back and watching that game, there was not one spot on the floor that they did not own.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. You look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
A three-pointer is right on target. Young's got 11 points.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
Fade away. Drummond trying to get himself free. And that's good from Antetokounmpo on the assist by Bledsoe.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Giannis against Covington. Young passes to Herter. Walks for the new shot clock. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The leap that we saw John Collins make last year was pretty awesome. Scary thing is he's just going to keep getting better and wants to improve that consistency in terms of his shooting range around the top of the key.
The pass to the great one. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And Young kicks to Covington. There's the three. Hands it from downtown.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Pass to the great one. Giannis, no good.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Outside, Covington. Pass to Young. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Brent, we're talking about home court advantage. Do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
And the Bucks making a change here. Ben's checked in. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Kevin Herter. But they recover it. To the right side. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the rejection by Collins.
Good timing defensively. Collins just up there, the long arms and quick off the deck.
The Bucks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
At the line for your Bucks, Alex Len.
No good on the free throw. Dante.
Substitution.
Here's Harris. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Back to Covington. To the inside. Here's Collins. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
On the court for Atlanta, we've got Robert Covington. He's out there with Tobias Harris. John Collins is out there with Erickson. And it's Herter in at the 2. The Bucks have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First one falls for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Young. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin, you got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
2 points. That one goes.
Known for being a scorer, Herter is good at staying active and then looking to capitalize inside.
The Bucks working the ball around. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. These are the teams that have been really dominant in the paint so far this season. The Bucks #1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking. No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Young passes to Herter. Kicks it to Covington. Wilson grabs the board.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's the great one. Pass to Wilson. Now Holmes. Five on the clock. Here's the great one. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Denver Nuggets.
And guys, this is the kind of stretch of the schedule that you dream of. Winnable games at home against opponents you know you have a talented advantage over. It would take a lot for this team to not be successful over this stretch.
Back to Harris. Paxton coming off the assist from Young. Harris has got 5.
Well, we know that Trae Young is a phenomenal passer, which is why you just can't leave him open like that.
Bledsoe outside. Now the pass to the great one. Here's Wilson. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Here's Erickson. Wilson grabs the board. Wilson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's the great one. Outside for Bledsoe. Out to the right wing. Here's the great one. Drills it from outside. The great one's got the lead up to 5 now for Milwaukee.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Young outside. Here's the 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
You hit a 3 on Young, you can expect him to come right back at you.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The great one in that last game against the Nets really contributed. He tallied 25 points, and his percentage was impressive, making a number of his free throws and field goal attempts. This is why he's considered a star player. The way he carried his team was incredible. Kevin, we'll see if he can do it again tonight.
Thanks, David. It looked like Greg, he could do anything he wanted to out there, playing with no fear.
Right. Terrific momentum coming into this game. We'll see if he can continue.
No reason to settle. Just keep getting to his money spots.
Wilson against Harris. Here's the great one. He's coming off a 25-point game against Brooklyn. Middleton for 3. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
The Hawks trail by 6. Harris outside. Young taking his time here. That one's not going to go. Excellent D there from Bledsoe. Here's the great one. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Here's Herder. 9-point game his last outing. Now, here is Young. Covington wide open. He fires. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And with most of the season in the books, the power rankings have really taken shape. You look at Memphis. They slide down to the 3rd spot, trying not to slide any further.
And seeing where the Bucks are, they've taken this ride all the way down the stretch. Few people thought they could maintain this astonishing display of dominance.
And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to 6 on the bucket from Young.
Trae Young not backing down from the physical defense on that play.
And Covington sends it back. Passes it to Erickson, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Here's the great one. 15 points in the game. Missed inside.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
Pass to Middleton. Pass to Bledsoe. Here's the great one. Here's Drummond, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a great job from the line this quarter. They've gotten their percentage way up there.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Reddish, he's checked in for Atlanta. Covington dishes to Harris.
Well, he's a capable shooter, but I like the initiative there from Tobias, taking it inside, forcing the defense back, and drawing contact.
The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He hits the 2nd from the line. Bucks leading by 3. Here's Middleton. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. Shots good by Middleton. Middleton's got 6 points. And Greg Herder, the 19th pick back in 2018. Sweet touch, and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Herder. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
He feeds it to Harris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Harris does a good job. Stop, show the ball, get him up in the air.
With 1 on the clock, that shot is off. And so it's Milwaukee with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Great one out there at Bledsoe. And it's Drummond in at the center. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Bledsoe against Young. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 4-3, Covington. Bucks leading by 8. Bledsoe with it, and Young picks him up defensively. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
Collins checked in for Atlanta.
Just Eric Bledsoe, when he's in these games and you can see he's got hyper focus, he can become a big problem. Athletic, plays both ends of the floor, and that power from him at the guard position is very unique.
Just 5 to shoot. 4-3, Covington. Rebound by the great one. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%. And the dunk by Giannis.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
The Hawks trail by 12. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Young kicks to Covington. And there's the pass to Collins. Yep, that one goes. Collins has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, it's pretty clear that Collins is settling in to the strengths of his game.
Passes it to the great one. And he stuffs it in on the jam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Now that we have a chance, let's take a look at the NBA's scoring leaders since the All-Star break. Well, you look at the great one, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player. And, of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo, a few spots down. Another guy who can get a lot of points, top 5.
And check that out. These two guys have settled into a tremendous rhythm here, scoring the basketball since the break.
But with the scoring ability that Tobias Harris has, he can look to be even more aggressive. All the skills to be a go-to guy.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Pass to the great one. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Middleton's got such a great wingspan. That comes into play on steals just like that one.
The Hawks trail by 15. Young left side. Over Bledsoe. Shots good from Young. Young's got 18 points in the game.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, I don't think he even sees a taller defender out there, just a gifted scorer.
Here's Drummond, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Here's the great one. No good with the triple.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Here's Covington, and he lays it straight in. Covington's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Shooters tend to be hungry, but this time Herter finds an open teammate.
Antetokounmpo finds Middleton. Here's the great one. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 5 assists in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Erickson. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 11 rebounds in the game. For three, Middleton kept alive. And the dunk by Giannis.
Great instincts by Giannis. Superb timing, and then he pounced on top of that miss.
The Hawks trail by 18. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
Erickson passes to Covington. Over Giannis. That's good on the jump shot. And it's 7 points for Robert Covington.
Love the jump shot Covington possesses. Often it looks good coming right out of his hands.
Bledsoe outside. Giannis against Covington. Giannis kicks to Bledsoe. Fires the three. That one no good. So the Hawks will take it the other way. And the foul called on the great one. That's his third foul of the game. OG Anunoby's checked in for the Hawks. Young outside. Collins against Bledsoe. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft break, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
And finished off by Collins.
Collins is one Hawk who can fly, refusing to settle for the layup and choosing to go with the power move.
Young with the steal. Covington passes to Anunoby. Great D that time from Giannis.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough. This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Knocked loose, and so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Bucks. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And checking out Atlanta, down 5 spots from them.
And I think for the Bucks, they had pressure on them coming into the season. A lot of people were picking them to have a special year, and they haven't shied away from that pressure. They've embraced it.
Great point, GA. I think every great team welcomes the challenge of trying to be elite, and they want to do it on a nightly basis.
Pass to Young. Now Collins, guarded by Holmes. Hawks passing it around. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
And Herter gets it to go.
Shot preparation is fantastic as Herter's able to get his feet set that time.
Back to Giannis. 3-on-3. Here's Milton. Knocks it loose. But they get it back. Anunoby. No good from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Lenz checked in for Andre Drummond. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Hunter's checked in for Kevin Herter.
Each year we get to see Giannis come back from the summer and what he's done to up his game. Get a little bit stronger in the weight room, be a little bit better ball handler, play a little bit more aggressively. The guy's competing to be one of the best players in the business.
Hunter, no one around him. No good on the three.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Trae Young. Over the last month, he has been spectacular, averaging about 27 points per, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
Here's Milton. He's got 5. Offline with his 3.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Atlanta again missing.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Bucket is good. Giannis has got 17 now.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Hunter kicks to Young. To stop the run. Len grabs the board. Len's got 9 rebounds now tonight. The pass to DiVincenzo. In the corner, Holmes with it. The 3 drills the three-pointer. He's got 10.
They haven't relied on him as much as usual, but when his number has been called, he shot well enough to help them earn the lead.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Trains the three-pointer.
Well, if he's hitting shots from there, he becomes so much more dangerous.
Passes to DiVincenzo. Here's the great one. Pass to Antetokounmpo. 1:49 left in the third quarter. And for the Hawks, they're shooting 41% for the game. Hunter, no good.
And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Inside, it's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Fast break, Milwaukee. Giannis is running. Got a piece of it. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Open up the floodgates and let Giannis run through. What a joy to watch him in transition.
Young pass to Collins. Here's Milton. He's got 5. Young's shot is off.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Free throw line jump shot, and it's off the back rim, no good.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Milton the pass to Hunter. Here's Anunoby. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving.
Harris is checked in for the Hawks. Reddish comes in for Shake Milton. Here's the great one. 33 points for him. Thomas feeling it out a bit. Good defensive work there by Young. That will count. And no good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. From the field, they have been out. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. And so in the game for the Hawks, Reddish out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Collins. Then there's Erickson. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. Thomas with the ball, picked up by Harris. Bielitsa with it. Shot clock at 6. It's deflected. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And here's the fast break. And the wide open shot from Reddish hits the 3 from the wing.
Many times you don't like that shot selection, but sometimes when you're just feeling it in transition when no one's on you, great shot there.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, receding during the playoffs. The highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Shot from 12, and he hits the jumper for 2. 23 points for Giannis.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Young finds Collins. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Isaiah Thomas.
Maybe not a super athlete, or at least a hyper athlete in the Westbrook mode, but Trae Young's ball handling ability does some incredible things for him out there on the floor to create space and help him change pace for those kind of angles where he can score.
Adams, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Brown's checked in.
Yeah, you're not going to fool around much on the interior, especially if you're Alex Len. That big, that close, easy bucket.
Outside Collins. Young with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Len grabs the board. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting an efficient 53% from the field. To the paint, shot from 12. No good from the great one. And you love the aggressiveness of Young, tacking off the dribble, and Brent, for his size, able to finish inside.
Well, he can get to the inside. He can shake guys loose. It's his ability to see the floor, Kevin. But it still comes down to that range where Trae Young has confidence to pull up from just about anywhere to get his offense going.
Drummond's checked in for the Bucks. Eric Bledsoe comes in for Isaiah Thomas. Here's the great one. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Fletcher guarded by so out to Harris for 3. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Bucks. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Here's the great one. Here's Drummond. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over,
Yes.
and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior and you're a college player and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players. Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
Yep, it counts.
A tall and powerful big, Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Count it, good.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
For Milwaukee, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Collins comes over with the double team. Drummond passes to the great one. Atlanta with the rebound. Here's Brown. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night. The Bucks shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. The pass to the great one. Bucks passing it around and trying to get it to go, even with the contact, but no good, and he'll try to pick up 2 at the free throw line coming up. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
Pass to Reddish. Now here's Hunter, defended by Drummond. The kick out to Brown. Off target from outside. Bledsoe outside. And Brown over to help. Outside for Bledsoe. And the foul called on the great one. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Passes it to Harris. To the middle. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in it?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
Here's the great one. He's covered by Brown. For 3, Bledsoe. They get it back. The great one passes to Bledsoe. Atlanta with the rebound. Harris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Reddish. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Reddish has got 8 here in the quarter.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James, whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan, too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
And they pick up 2. 16 points for Tobias Harris.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
That's tipped.
And putting that 7'2" wingspan to good use, Hunter can be an elite defender if he keeps working at it.
There's Brown with the 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league.
Pass to Bielitsa. For the 3. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside for Jackson. Now Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Atlanta making a switch here. Bucks leading by 22. Bledsoe outside. There's the pass to the great one. And here is Antetokounmpo. Here's the great one. Defended by Covington. Fades. And it's Giannis missing.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Here's Young. The shot, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Middleton the pass to Bledsoe. The shot, no good. Good D by Covington.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Passes to the great one. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, easy call.
First free throw is good. And the Hawks making a change here. Anunoby's checked in. Both free throws good from the great one. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And that one misses.
Already impressing at a young age. Kevin Huerter's dead-eye accuracy from deep, combined with being a fierce competitor going inside. It's going to pay some dividends throughout his career.
Shots good from the great one.
I mean, he is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
Young pass to Anunoby. And here's Covington, defended by Drummond. And the rejection by Giannis. Brown dishes to Covington. Hawks passing it around. Clock at 6. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. The Hawks again can't hit. Milwaukee's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. No good from the great one. Atlanta's shooting about 45% from the 4 in the 4th. And it's Brown missing. And it's the Bucks ball. Pass to Bielitsa. Down low. Cuts off the pass. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Fletcher. Takes a three. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Get open, get open.
Now the pass to the great one. Good D by Covington. Atlanta's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. They shoot again. He lays it in.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Milwaukee.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that...
Shooting for Milwaukee, Alex Len.
The first free throw is good.
Well, Alex Len, in the age of pace and space as a big, trying to find his way to be effective on both ends of the floor. He has that size and length. He brings that to the table every night.
Both free throws good from Len. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that about wraps it up. Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in.